As usual, if you have any questions about poker, PLO life, whatever, don't hesitate to use the chat and ask me. I'm more than happy to talk with you guys. And if you want to, or when you want to comment the hands or ask some clarifications, state the table number 1, 2 on the top, 3, 4 on the bottom. Say what table it was and what was my hand, because I'm going to open the replay window and find my hand. We have 2-minute delay on the stream for security reasons, so if you don't say what table it was and what was my hand, might be that I just don't remember what hand you are talking about. Because when I see your message, I have played like 20 hands after that one, so sorry for the delay, but it's something we have to have. And I'm just opening few tables so we can find the good ones and then just close the bad ones. I preferably want to find tables that have a lot of high VPIP players. Like on table 1, this 63-6, he's a great one. Great opponent. On table 2, I'm just 3-betting against this cupback. And not sure how crazy he is if he's multi-tabling. And he raises us. The thing is that if we had more history with him, he might be doing this with wide range, and he's definitely a thinking regular. But he might have the 9, which puts me in a pretty bad spot. So I'm just folding. I think I have to see bet. I'm not sure if Kopek has lost some money because he's in a lot of PLO25 tables, and he's definitely not following me because no one knew that I'm going to play PLO25, so it might be that he's on a downswing or whatever. But on the previous hand, if I had a read on him that he's raising these flops as a bluff, I might shove. Because he probably doesn't have a 9-5, so even if he has a 9, I have some equity. But as I don't have the reads, I'm not going to make a semi-bluff shove. But if I don't see bet the board, it's pretty suspicious. Of course, I don't think he's going to bluff that often, or then he's just going to bet the board and see what do I do. When you don't have a read on your opponent or information, these boards are pretty easy to play. But when you have more history with the player, these try paired boards are pretty hard to play because there's so much of meta game going on and the leveling goes so high that, whoa, min bet. On table 3 I'm going to call. I have a lot of backdoors and I have the bottom pair, so I'm calling one more, see if I improve, and I got the backdoor second nuts, which means we are just raising and see what he does. And he just folds. Nice. So these 9-9-5, let's say he's a thinking regular, he knows that I'm going to miss this board more often than I hit it. He can raise with all kinds of hands. Then when I start to shove on him lightly, he might just raise, shove, kings, aces here. And it goes on so many levels. But the problem is that if you start doing those leveling wars without reads, it's just going to be so much pain. I have some notes on him. He limps pair kings, he donks semi-strong hands. and he made some bluff catches. Here he c-bets. I have only backdoors and overpair. I'm going to go one street, and let's see what he does. I have a lot of the nut blockers, and he bets pretty big. I'm just going to fold. That then really completes a lot of, like you might have some sort of Jack-Jack-9 type of hand. And when he bets turn so big, he probably has the straight, because that then also hits some of the hands that I might have. My hand history is just for the stakes I'm playing. So, yeah, I have a lot of hands on him on PLO50, but these are PLO25 hands. And in this case, I don't think he's changing his game a lot. And I'm going to open one table and close this. Table 2, because it's the worst one definitely. And let's put up this one. And as soon as we got more hands on the opponents, like here we have Nor 6340 over 159 hands. His VPIB 64, definitely he's a player that we want to play with. So I'm starting to mark all the green players. Name delivers VPIB 7, almost 50 hands. He's a nith. Not my type of opponent. And now my screen went totally black. Wow. Down. Not sure what happened, but trying to figure out, because I have some serious problems with my second screen, because I bought a new cable, but it didn't help. So the problem is in my computer, and I really don't know what to do. It sometimes goes black when I move my computer, but now I didn't touch anything and it went totally black. And with the old cable, it just dropped the second screen for just a nanosecond or something. It came right back, but now with the new cable, the problem is that it turns off my second screen, so it moves all the tables into the laptop screen. Here on table 3, I bet the flop. Turn, I'm going to check back as a pot call. Actually, I'm going to bet because it's so blank. I have some folding equity, and when he calls, he probably has worse. And if he raises, he has me beat on so often, like 2 pairs. So I'm just taking the maximum value. Ace is not a good card. He might have ace in his hand, but nothing I can do. And he had a set of 8s. and he's low rated. Wow. I'm going to make a note. Yeah, my screen tilt. Hope it doesn't happen often. Level 3 we have the nuts but no action. And on PLO25 we don't have to do any magic to win money. Pretty straightforward. We wait for the good hands, and when we get them, we try to get as much value as possible. And just try not to play out of position, because it sucks. It's so much easier to get value in position. He's so tight player, but I have double suited aces, so I'm just going to 3-bet him. And we hit pair and flush draw. It's those spots that I'm going to check back. If I bet, then I have to go broke. And of course, against 2 pairs I'm flipping. But sometimes when I check, he might bluff me on some, if the spade comes. On table 3, we have to check the river. And he has runner trip, so this Greece guy is definitely running hot. Wow. But he's VPIP 89 out of 9 hands, so playing 8 out of 9 hands, so I mark him green. And basically when he's from Greece, you can give him a green color anyway. Haven't seen much of a solid Greece players. We have a flush draw and a cut shot, but the flush draw is 10 high, so I'm just going to fold it. Lufthansa is a regular from Estonia. We are not getting much value from him if we hit our draw. So table 1 is the worst one at the moment. I'm going to put myself on the waiting list of a few of the good ones. And on the outside table we flop the nuts. We almost turn. I'm going to show it here. We bet the flop. He goes turn, completes 8-9, but it also doesn't complete the flush, so I'm going to bet fold this turn. If he raises, he has 8-9 pretty much always. And we top 2 on table 4, we are definitely getting it in. And we are up against a lot of stuff, and runner flush gets there. So we don't run good. Table 3 I call his 3-bet, because he's 3-betting a lot. And then I just pot control. And if he bets the turn, I'm definitely calling. And he had Jack Queen 3-6. Wow. 3-betting trash out of position. Well, we are definitely going to print money against him. Here we had, oh, why doesn't it show? We had 45 and 63 on the flop. But runner beat us. Number one, I should probably make a C bet, but there's some kind of mind issue that I checked it. Thought I just called pre-flop, but yeah, definitely pot the river. Either he has the flush full house or he doesn't have anything. David calls the flop, so he probably has 9 or overpair. So I'm not putting any more money on the pot. And then we just check the river and he probably shows me kings. Yes, he does. Amazing read. So he had pretty much what he said. On table 1, I'm calling because waves is so tight. I can check raise him on ladder flops. And he doesn't actually see bet that often, but I'm just raising here. Of course, when he shoves, he probably has a set or aces with hearts, but there's so much folding equity. And I have... Wow, he just calls. Well, I hit the nuts on the turn, so makes my life easier. Just bought it. And there's no straight possibility on the flop, so he probably doesn't have set, so I'm just shoving the river. And see if he thinks that my line is inconsistent. On flop I represent set, on turn I represent straight, on the river I represent the full house, so he might make a bad call down. Here we have a call happy player. There's river might be a value bet actually against his ace6, ace5, 6-5 hands, but might have missed a spot there. I don't know why I have so much cable issues. Probably because the computer is so old. And I have no idea how much it costs to repair it. Or is it cheaper to just buy a new one? Or I don't know. Level 2 I'm calling because I have position and we have the huge fish on the table. And we flop cut shot. But the flop was often check, and I might bet here to bluff, but like this guy, he just hangs with any pair, any draw. So I'm just taking a free turn card. Finish night last Friday, it was horrible. We lost 5.5 buy-ins. Pretty much nothing went on our way except one pot where calling station 3-bet and called 3-bet and Nith player called 4-bet. So I put them both on aces and I shoved my 9-9 deuce. But neither one of them had aces, so it was really a weird spot. Yeah, my screen tilted again. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I don't know how do I get it back. Because it's just... Wow. It's so... quite annoying. I really don't know actually what to do with this. I probably... Well, I don't know. Maybe I have to buy the other cable, the VGA cable. And now it's just so painful to put all the tables back and put this one there and... crap. And then we put up the hard... Oh, there it is. I'm really sorry for those, but I don't know what to do. The second screen just goes off. It's like I take up the power cord off. It just closes itself. And all the stuff goes to my laptop screen. Then I have to unplug the cable and put it back before nothing happens. And I don't know why it does it. I don't touch anything. I don't type anything. Nothing should affect it. Maybe I should use the old cable that didn't close the damn screen. It just puts it off. Now let's see. Oh, Jim Arnold. Where is that table? There, I'm going to close it one. Oh, we flopped the nuts on table 3. Woo! Wow, what a calling station. I'm going to give green to David. Wow. He calls with pair and a cut shot and makes a call down. Well, nice to know. Table 1 is pretty bad. All the fishes get out, so I'm changing it to this table. I don't really understand anything about computers, but when the second screen goes off like that, is it always a hardware problem? Or I mean, some physical problem in my computer? Or can it be that my drivers are out of date or something like that? I have no idea. I don't understand anything. I understand that I have a cable and I have to put it in somewhere. Now we are just waiting for something to happen. But nothing happens. It's so dead. Oh, there's a great table. I'm going to put myself on the line. Oh yeah, all these tables have gone pretty bad. Yeah. All the fishes left and only regulars on the table, so I'm going to just put myself on the waiting list of some of these good tables. And table 1, the calling station calls, so there's not much folding equity. And here, just raking raises us, which means that he has 2 pairs or that kind of stuff. If we want to call with our open-ender, we need to have, oh, I'm going to call. We have some, definitely we have implied odds, and there's a lot of turns that we'll actually go check. But too bad my timer was out. To call $3 with an open-ender, we need to win pot of around $17 or so. And after our call, just need to check. After our call, the pot is $10, so we need to get actually almost a pot size as a value. So, pretty close one. Folding is definitely not a big mistake. Folding and calling are pretty same. And then we just wait. We flopped 3 pairs on table 4 against calling station. Too bad he probably can't have anything as we have all the cards, but definitely a c-bet. And with kings, I'm just going to call in position. And we flop overpair and queen high flush draw. A pretty good spot if they all check, just to check back. These two might go for a check raise with the straight. And it would suck, we have to fold, so just get the free card. And just take the hand to a showdown. David pots here, so he definitely has a hand. And I'm going to close table 3. No fishes. Table 2 is pretty close. One of the outside tables is bad. And table 1, well, there's a VPIP monster. But other than that, doesn't seem to be that good. And here David raises, we have cut shot and overpair. I have 900 hands on him, he raises only 7%, so I'm just going to fold. And here on table 2 we call the 3-bet, and we have actually, we have a cut shot, we have a lot of backdoors, we have backdoor flush. I'm going to call here, and Probably if he checks, I'm going to check back. Because he has pot size left. And he bet $6, which gives great price for us. So I think we have to call this one. And probably river close checks, and he probably should have aces. Yes, he does. So his turn bet was pretty bad. Because when he bets, he probably commits himself. He can bet fold, or of course he can bet fold the turn, but when he has pot size left, he shouldn't. So now he gave us plus EV call on the turn. But we didn't hit it, so that kind of sucks. Now we close table 3. Table 1 has pretty low VPIP, but there should be 2 fishes. So I'm waiting few orbits on table 1 to see how it turns out. And we have one of our best customers. Oh, he's sitting out. Hope to have him on our tables. The Greece VK44, VK44, whatever his name is actually really nice player. So please, if you have any questions on the hands, just put up some questions to the chat, so I have something to talk about when there's nothing going on. As you can see, I'm not explaining a lot of my basic decisions, but if they are basic to me, it doesn't mean that they are basic to you. So if you at any point wonder why I called, why I folded, or why I did what I did, just ask it and I'm happy to explain. 85-7 3 bets, and he has 3 bet king queen jack 3, which is crazy. But we have position, and I definitely don't want to stack off with this hand pre-flop, so I'm just calling here. And then we flop 2 pairs and a cut shot. And table 1, we pick up the open-ender. When he calls the flop, he probably has something that he likes. And he had overpair. So... And David check raises, so... He has check raised a lot. We have around 30%, or we don't actually have. I'm just going to fold. It's pretty much the worst hand he can do. That is some kind of overpair and flush draw, or combo draw. And if he has a flush draw, we don't have that many outs. But he has raised us a lot, so we definitely make a mental note out of that. Here I'm just making a note that and here Finnish guy donks, I'm just going to shove on him. Because I don't think his donk is value. It's often a draw, and I have 2 pairs and overpair. And turn sucks, but I have to call. And he has set of 9s, so this time he had a value hand. So that's crazy. It's just normally, why would anyone donk when they have a great hand? Because when they donk, they isolate themselves only against good hands. So I'm just going to make a note. And here, this guy actually had aces this time. He's a shorty and has raised a lot of hands. And we run to aces, so pretty rough. Pretty rough session. Here on table 3, I'm checking back the flop because we have pair and gut shot. And we have second nuts and the flush draw. I'm calling here. And here on the other table we are shoving aces with flush draw. And he had a king jack. It kind of makes sense. And he had the set. I actually thought that against set we have around 40%, but against anything else we are often ahead. So there's a lot of equity when we raise him, and when he shoves we have to get it in. So we have now actually lost 2 buy-ins probably. Here we have the nuts, so I'm just going to call and chop the pot. Don't have to pay too much rate. He's a call happy player, here's a call happy. I'm actually going to 3-bet this 50 pp short. So I have ace in my hand and pretty good queens. And on the outside table we are shoving against Tuuri Pelaaja, and he has a set this time, so wow. Wow. 57-0 player. And just crushing us. Thank God he's a shorty. I'm going to bet half a pot on table 2. Because it's pretty much the only way to win the pot, and I don't think anyone is raising with total air here, so we have a lot of folding equity. Of course this shorty might shove anything if he has any piece on the board, but... And he just calls, so... Seven is actually a good card. Pretty much only hands we beat is 9-4, 9-3 type of hands, but I'm just going to fold here because when he calls the flop, he definitely has something, and he's 24-2. I really don't think he's going to bluff the river. And I'm not sure if anyone else has lost the connection. I haven't, except to my screen. I have to open my poker tracker and see where we stand today. Because we have a limited bankroll, so might be that we have to drop to PLO10. We have actually lost 7.5 buy-ins so far, so we just have to go to PLO10, or otherwise we don't have a bankroll to play. Has been a pretty rough start. So let's hope the PLO10 is pretty nicer to us. On the outside table we flop the nuts, the opponent donks and we raise. Turn completes the queen jack straight, we check back and river is a jack. So pretty much only jack of diamonds would be worst card. But when he checks we actually have a chance to win the pot. And he has a set of tens, so this is something that I just don't understand. Like, it almost makes me mad, because I just don't know what the opponent is thinking. He donks 1/3 of a pot or something, and I raise and he just calls. Now if he thinks his set of tens is ahead, he should shove. If he thinks I had a set of kings, even if he has a flush draw, he should fold. I don't know why he is just calling. Then turn goes check check, river goes check check, and now if I have like king 10, he just missed a ton of value. If I have a set of sixes, he missed a value. I mean, come on, he even has the cut shot. Why doesn't he shove the flop? And well, I know the reason, because he's neat and he's so scared. But it doesn't make sense. It's really, really bad thinking process. I understand just calling on the flop with the set if the board is draw heavy to see a safe turn card, but when I raise the flop I have a strong hand. And probably when you just call with the set, it's one of those spots where you can't put your stack in with the raise, so you don't want to turn your hand face up. Here's the graph from so far, so here's the 15 minutes of doom. Boom, 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 4 buy-ins down. But let's hope that PLO10 is good today. So here I don't know when I played PLO10 last time. Wow. But there are so many, like there's VPIP 60 tables, 6 of them. Wow. Well, I'm going to put myself So, for today's coaching we are definitely playing the smaller stakes. we are not probably going to make hundreds of dollars, but I hope someone learns something that's even better. And if we are super lucky, we might actually get a break-even session, but poker gods haven't been smiling on me for the last few weeks. Wow, this guy is multi-tabling PLO10. So now we just wait to get some hands. Probably ask, wow, what happened? We lost $70 on PLO25, so it's 3 buy-ins. There's one where we had aces with the flush draw on Queen 9-6 board, and we raised the opponent. He happened to have set. Then we lost a couple of smaller stacks against the Finnish 54 and 0 player that actually flopped set twice against us when we had a hand, and not much to tell. And one big pot we lost to runner trips and so on. PLO10 is even more easier than PLO25 because all you have to do is wait for the hands and then just get value. Like on table 3 we flop the full house, it's bet, and opponent insta-called on the river, and he had King 3-3-7. Like, on this board he makes a call down, which is great for us. I don't want to go zoom because I will show you the reason. Here is the lobby on normal tables. Players per flop, which means VPIP. 81, 66, 66, 64, 60, 59, 52. So we get 7 tables with VPIP average of over 50. Then when we check what are the numbers in Zoom, average players per flop, so average VPIP 28, which is actually a lot higher than normal. But we have twice as big calling stations on normal tables, which means that we made a lot of more money. I'm not going to see bet against this Martin guy, because he's a calling station. On table 2 I call with my open-ender. Such a small bet. And when the board pairs, that's when we give up. And here I'm just going to pot the turn with 2 pairs against pretty probable fish. And he just folds. And PLO10, like with 4 tables, it might get a little boring for someone who's used to playing with thinking players. because it's so basic poker. We don't have to do any hero calls or some weird lines to get value. We basically just find good tables, wait for our hand to hit, and then we bet. On table 4, I'm just going to check raise 2 pairs and open ender. He's a 60 BB shorty, or 65, so. And he folds 2-5 aces, wow. VPIP 78 guy folds 2 pairs on this board. Well, we definitely had folding equity. That was crazy. But it's a great fold because he's blocking 2 of our outs. Ace is not an out for us. Or it's an out for us, but it gives him a set and a lot of equity. And he blocks 2 of those. He should have shoved, he would have been ahead of us. But we have so... like VPIP 80, VPIP 67. Of course, only few hands, but out of 2 hands, VPIP 100 guys. This is like an PLO heaven. So if you have played a lot on PLO50, PLO100 with all those regulars and needs, if you want to relax, just go to PLO10 and enjoy. Just don't get too crazy. 8869, I'm just calling because there's a lot of implied odds if I hit my hand. And often Ray is so passive that if we want to have a free turn card, we often have the option to make so. And here, Austrian card calls, we pick up the flush draw on the turn, so I'm just checking, see if our hand improves. And then we go to showdown and he has 7 deuce. And then we just wait. Number 2, we call with the queens and we miss the board. Of course, we have the overpair, but it's nowhere near a good hand on four-handed. On number 3, we flop the second nuts. Pretty much I'm betting 3 streets of value. And if he raises, then I just fold. He shouldn't raise anything but the ace high flush. And river pairs, I'm actually going to check back. And he had an 8 high flush. Of course, bet fold in the river is one option, but when the board pairs, I think he's just going to fold those small flushes too often if I don't have a read. If I have a read that he calls, like if I bet here on the river and he calls, I'm definitely making note that makes a call down with 8 high flush even when the river pairs the board. Because then I know I can value bet my high flushes. On table 3 we flop the nuts. Let's see if we can get any value. We can one call, so let's just hope he has the 5. And then I'm just potting the river. If he has a 5, I don't think he's ever going to fold it. when he calls the flop and turn, he definitely has a hand that he likes. He don't want to fold it. Yeah, I'm just giving up on table 2. Well, when he checks, I'm just tapping and see if he folds, and he doesn't. I'm not sure if he would have folded those kings at any point. But I don't have any showdown value, so I'm betting the river just to make him fold like something ace high or whatever. But yeah, he's a greenie. Well, 8 hands and 8 6. I'm just going to give him a green 1 2. Here's a greenie. On the outside table we have 1 green. I'm running out of green color here. On table 1 I 3-bet to isolate, but of course need cold calls. We flop to wrap and pair, so I'm just potting. And I really want them to fold something like pocket queens that they are calling the 3-bet to give maximum pressure. And well, when he calls, this might be anything, but we turn the straight and he has backdoor flush. Wow, ace, ace, 7 deuce and slow plays and hits runner flush. Oh my god. We are definitely not running hot today. My regular game, it was PLO50 earlier, but this year I haven't been actually played almost anything outside the coaching because I've been super busy in my studies. So I have played some PLO5 pretty much for fun and recreational purposes. But when I had more time, I played PLO50. This is pretty much the worst possible play with aces here. He can shove a pre-flop, but he doesn't want to. Instead he calls. Then he totally misses the board. He calls. And then he puts his money in on the turn. Wow. But that's poker. No matter how bad you play, you can win money. Table 3, he had 2 pairs and open-ender. Didn't bet at any point. Wow, this 99 guy. I really don't know what happened, but he flops the nut and wins pot of 177. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he limps aces. Great. On the flop he bets, and then on the turn he got scared. Well, makes sense. Pretty tight player. Maybe I'm going to make a note that doesn't bet but the nuts. Of course, he has more in his bet range than just the nuts, but he's so scared of everything that he doesn't really raise or put money or play big pot without the nuts. I'm actually going to value bet here on table 4 when I hit my backdoor straight, and Jesus Christ. I mean, come on. He calls my c-bet with king queen 4. And I'm out of words. Like, how hard is it to win money against these type of players? All you have to do is just value bet. Why? This Aha 99 guy, he flops the absolute nuts. And he won 30 cents from me. How tight can you be? I don't know, but this is as tight as it gets. Yeah, I don't have a pot on the flop as a bluff. He calls, and then we check. He even checks the river. I don't know if he's afraid of ace-6 or what the hell is his problem. But, Christ. He's pretty tight. Or he doesn't know the rules. Or he's drunk. Or all of those. Here the green player pots the flop, pots the turn. I think he has the straight. 2 pairs and cudgel is not enough. It has been pretty brutal. I don't know, no one has said that in their opinion I would have played bad on the last month or so, but we have been losing on almost every single PLO night. And when I look at the hands, there's a lot of setups. Like there's hands where we flop the trips and an aggressive player raises us, we just call to trap him and he hits 2 outer, not full house. And a lot of hands where we hit something like second nuts in 3-bet pots and the money goes in and opponent has the nuts and not much. There are a few hands that we make a little speculative call, but not a huge mistakes. So it's kind of hurting that we have lost like 10 weeks in a row, and today we go back to PLO25, we lose 3 buy-ins in 15 minutes, then we go back to PLO10 and we keep on losing. Here, Slovakian guy bets the river for under half a pot, he doesn't shove. It's so suspicious that I just have to call. He might have 6-8, he might have jack, he might have anything. And if he has a full house, he didn't have the odds to call on the turn, even if I pay him off. And he has a jack 5, so he called me with just a topper. 9% on the flop and we lose. So this is how we run. Runner for the win. And of course his bet really much looks like a full house, but he doesn't shove. And the most important thing is that even if we pay him off on the river, it's plus EV line for us. On table 1 I'm just betting against this 99 guy. I don't know how many tables he's playing. 2 tables. There's the old Turkish poker wisdom. If you call often enough, you will eventually hit your draw. It might get interesting. Oh, he 3-bets 5-5-2. So I'm just going to fold. It's such a bad hand to call 3-bet. If we don't have a huge upswing in the end, it's going to be interesting on Friday for our Finnish PLO night, because we have pretty much busted our bankroll today. So I don't know if we are playing PLO5 or something on Friday. It should be fun. Here the aha guy nimps. Last time when he nimped he had aces, so I'm not even raising against him unless I have a hand. Now I have flush draw and a cut shot, and we have a ton of folding equity. So I'm definitely betting here. And when he calls, if he has not aces, he's not folding on the turn. So I'm checking here. I have a double cut shot, and now I'm just giving up. And he had 6-4-4-3. That's one way of having a polarized range. In your limping and small pot range, you have the absolute nuts, and then you have absolute trash. Oh man. I don't have a word for this kind of player. If you do, please let me know. Especially not in English. Walter Phoenix. I'm just going to call. Steven Seagull has problems. Well, nice to know. Walter, I'm going to call once. He shouldn't have a strong hand. And I'm probably river coast check. Why would he check the turn if he has a hand? I'm going to hero call him. Yeah, he didn't have anything. And on table 2, I pick up the full house on the river, so I'm just putting it. Probably opponent doesn't have anything he can call with, but if he does, I want to have the maximum. Yeah, PLO2 is... The only danger in PLO2 is that you tilt because the opponents are so bad. That's pretty much the only problem. If you don't tilt, there shouldn't be a way that you lose money on PLO10. Table 1, I make a half a pot c-bet, he calls, so I'm just giving up. And he has 2 pairs, yeah. But he would not have folded it. And I'm going to mark him green. And here we can pretty much get the money in against Canadian guy. Flop is not a good one, but I'm actually making a small bet and hope he raises me. But he doesn't, so we just shove the turn and see if he has the jack. Oh, he had a quads. That's how you lose with 0% equity. He calls a 4-bet with pocket jacks. Bad way. But when you flop the nuts and the quads, it sounds like it was a good plan. But nothing you can do there. Now we have quads. Let's see if we can get something back. No. I think we are probably losing a lot of money on PLO10 today. Interesting to see on Friday, can I make money on PLO2? This guy 3-bets probably has aces. And when he bought, if he makes something like 60 cents, I probably would call 1 street, but now I'm just giving up. On table 2 we flop the nuts. Let's see if we can make any money. I'm actually going to bet the turn because he has so many flush draws in his range. And on table 3 we bet the flop with our combo draw. This donkey here calls, so I'm just checking back the turn. And we missed the river, so he wins the pot. And we don't have anything on table 2. But in PLO10, PLO5, you don't really have to play a big pot if you don't want to. Like, he flops the flush, he turns the straight flush. And he doesn't bet at any point, so easy to keep the pot small if you want to. And people are making such a... Like here, he min raises me on the flop with pair kings. And I don't know why, on the turn, ace comes on the board and he bets half a pot on the turn. So people are making such, like he's sort of regular 28-17. And make a min raise here on the flop is just looking for problems. So people are making huge mistakes on PLO10. So definitely in the long run, all you have to do is wait. And if you are patient enough, you will make a lot of money. Pretty much when I have had students that play PLO5, PLO10, and they are struggling to win. They are playing break even. The reason is that they don't believe their opponents on the river. They make a lot of calls on the river when they think, oh man, he can't have a runner flush. Oh, and like you flop the set, you bet flop, you bet turn, river completes a straight and opponent donks to you, you just don't believe and you call. It's like when 70-0 guy bets, he often has the hand he is representing. So once you learn how to fold the rivers, that's when you start to make money on PLO then. And another problem is that some of the students, they don't value bet enough when they have a strong hand. Like when they have a straight on the turn, they bet half a pot, which is almost a mistake. Or actually it is a mistake if there's a flush draw on the board. Or on the river, they don't think about their opponent calling range and they bet small because they think that I bet small so I can get at least some value. But if the opponent's calling range is strong, then you have to bet big. If we go broke tonight, I don't know what we do on Friday unless someone buys a lot of shares. We are playing free rolls. PLO MTT free rolls. That would be painful. Let's make a min raise on table 2 just to build the pot. Wow. Queen then deuce flop. He calls my c-bet with kings. I know what his thinking process is. He thinks that he might be ahead. I might be bluffing. So he calls. But that is just a bad thinking process. Because when he just calls the flop, he doesn't think what happens on the turn. Wow. The guy who flopped the quads, he lays down 5 here, which is, what do we have here? We have a cut shot and flush draw and whatever. I'm just going to call. And now when I don't even pick up top 2, I'm just going to give up, but he checks and he has, oh, he had an ace jack. Ace jack on the river. We were 50-50 flipping on the turn. He lays down 5, so wow. I don't know why it takes so long for people to play on PLO25, because people are thinking for quite a long time. Like if your VPIP is 14, there shouldn't be a lot to think about. Your range is so tight that you have like few favorite hands and you play them. Why does he think this long what to do? And then he folds and sits out. It's like he had a trash and he thought for half a minute, should he fold it? Or sometimes there's VPIP 100 guys and they actually think pre-flop. I had once, it was like over 30 hands or something. His stats were 100 and 0. So for the last 30 hands, he has limped called every hand pre-flop. And then after 30 hands, at some point, he started to think pre-flop what to do, and it was like, what the hell are you thinking? And then he thought, and still he limp called. I'm going to bet the river for value if he has a smaller flush on table 4. But he didn't have. 22 hands, not a single raise. He's a nit. That's not the person we want to play with. 14-13, he's a nit. Not our friend. This ew. Some of the tables are really bad. I'm just going to close. If there isn't any VPIP 50 plus guy, I'm just going to leave the table. Why would I play with the nits when I can play with the good customers? Like table 4 is just bad. No reason to play in here. And let's just open up the lobby. And I'm going to put myself to the waiting list. I don't know what his donk is. So when he's such a shorty, I'm just going to shove. And well, he had a set. Makes sense. And now we can close table 4. On table 3, I'm actually betting slightly over half a pot. And now an aggressive guy raises a 78, 48, 20. Now the question is, can he do it with the flush draw? But even against some combo draw, we are in a pretty bad shape, so I'm just folding. We are definitely not crushing him often enough. Now we can pick up one more table. On table 1 I'm going to call. And we flop pretty decently. And he pots. Oh, we had 2 pairs on table 4, but yeah. And this aggressive guy donks again. I'm just going to fold and wait until we hit strong enough. Oh, and he had the 8. Wow. I don't know what he does in a 3-bet pot with king 8, 5, 6, but yeah. Well, It fits our theme for the evening. Let's lose some money. Here, river sucks. We had top pair and a wrap. I'm going to check call the river. He's so aggressive that if he has a busted draw, he's going to bet the river. And if he has an ace, I think he would check back. The problem is that he might not think that way. Oh, yeah, he had only pair on the flop, but he had runner, full house. So there's another one who is just crushing us with runners. Didn't see that one. So as you can see, the opponents are not the greatest players in the world, but sometimes you just can't win. And the reason why I called he is 80, 43, 15. It's really aggressive. He has raised us on almost every hand. And here, when he calls the flop, and he calls the turn, if he has some ace-king type of hand, he would check it back on the river. He would not pot it. But of course, when he has runner on a full house, he's going to pot it. And here, I don't know, tight player raises us on the turn and folds. I have no idea what his range was, but how can he have raise fold range on this board? Doesn't make any sense. Maybe he had blockers. Table 4, we are crawling against Shorty. And see if we flop good enough to stack off. I'm going to bluff the turn. And he raises, so he had the flush and he slow played it. And here on the previous hand, I think he bet the river. So he's definitely capable of bluffing the rivers. Now we hit the nuts. Let's hope he makes something stupid. We have the flush draw on the turn. So I'm making small and hope he raises. And then we just... Can we check raise? It would be too thin, I think. Because there's not much he can call us with. So we just check call the river. Give him an opportunity to bluff. Wow, the opponent bets pot. If we think 10s and 5s are out, we have 8, 12 outs. It's not enough. We pick up the straight, so I'm just going to call him. Oh, he had the flush this time. But as we have seen, he can pot the river with air. And the reason why I think I have to call is when we check the flop and we check the turn, it's pretty obvious that we don't have the flush and we don't have the two pairs, so he might bluff us on the river with his whole range, which I think is true, but this time he had a hand. Like here, 69-0 guy is with 450 BB stack. Poker is so easy. Just don't fold and wait and see what happens. We have a big wrap and two backdoor flush draws. Let's see if we can hit our hand and stack him off finally. And it sucks. I have to bet the river because I don't have anything. It's so many outs and we don't hit any of them. So I really hope he has some super weak hand that he just folds on the river. And he does. Because I had just an ace high, there's no way I'm going to win the pot. But if I can make him fold some kind of like pair of sixes, 6-6-5 X type of hands, it's definitely good. When I play PLO10, PLO5, I think PLO5, PLO10 are different than PLO25. Because the aggressive players, there's more aggressive players on PLO25. PLO10 is pretty passive. So I'm opening a lot of hands that can hit something. But I'm not too aggressive post-flop. Like here, opponent 3-bets and he just pots the flop, and I think whatever his range is, potting is not a good play. So people are making so much mistakes that it's... Like, if you open a hand that has a potential to hit hard enough to value bet against your opponent, when you miss the board, then you just check fold. It's not a big mistake, because when you hit your hand, you get enough value. But when you open a hand, you have to think that will this hit often enough, such a good hit that I can value bet against my opponents. And here on table 4, our hand doesn't improve by the river, so I'm just folding. Table 1, I'm semi-bluffing on the turn. And he shoves, we have to call. And our flush draw is actually alive, and we are actually ahead against these pocket 7s. Like, yeah. Try to find a logic here. Well, he has a flush draw and a cut shot on the flop, but why would he shove the turn? I don't know, but thank you. Now Duepo probably has aces because he 4-bets. I don't know what this guy is thinking. Probably should he call or should he shove? Or he is just disconnected. Table 2, we open 2 pairs, we missed the flop, so we just give up. PLO10, PLO5 are pretty much the only stakes that I use min raise pre-flop. And it's when there's a limper and it's this type of hand that is not strong enough to open and create a multi-way pot. But at the same time, it has some potential to hit strong enough to value bet. And the reason why I min raise instead of limping is that with min raising I take the pre-flop aggressor role, which means that I often can get a free turn if I want, if I pick up the draw, or when I bet, and when I hit the board and bet, I hit the board hard and bet, then I will get a much more value from the wider range. And like here, we open, we have a rundown and flush draw, but we missed the board. So we are just giving up. Table 1, we see bet our open-ender and we turn the nuts and the opponent just folds. There's one player sitting now and this one is a need, so I'm opening my three card hand. And here we get a 3-bet from unknown, we have a rundown, definitely call. And let's see what happens on the flop. And we pretty much missed the flop. And he pots the flop, which is, like, if he has aces, if we had something, we had a huge value. But as we don't have anything, we just fold. Here on table 1, we pick up inside wraps, so I think I'm just checking back. And he probably has a king when he calls the flop or something else. Well, he had pocket 8s. Well, he had a cut shot, so I'm just giving him a green, and he's from Greece. Wow. Strikesam is thinking for a long time, so I'm going one straight and see what he does. If he doesn't have a straight, he's probably slowing down on the turn. But if he bets big on the turn, then he has the straight. Pretty much always. Yeah, he does. At least I think he does. And of course 1 out of 10 times I hit my full house. But like, if he donks with his trade, he's only going to get that 1 bet of value as at maximum. So if he keeps donking his made hands, I'm pretty happy about it. Because then I don't have to give him more value. Because then I can just fold when I don't have anything. And table 2 died. And clock is turning to 11 our time, so we are going to stop this nightmare in a few minutes. Table 3 I'm calling 1 BB with my pair of sixes and a flush draw. Of course this guy raises, which kinda sucks. Now the only interesting thing left, is that do we have any money for a Friday? I really don't know. And here we can get the money in against Brazilian guy. Oh, he just calls, probably has pair of kings. No, he has king, queen, 5, 8, and can we dodge? No, we can't. And he wins 1 more pot. I'm going to bet the turn because I have 2 pairs, flush draw and a cut shot. So even if he raises me, I have equity to call. This guy has been owning us. I'm value betting river. Not sure if he calls with wide range, but yeah, he has 3 kings. Wow. Great opponent, but too bad he has crushed us today. On the river, I'm just giving up because, well, he had a king high. So yeah, I really thought that if he doesn't have anything, he's going to bluff the river, but he didn't. Kinda strange. Strikes him is a green player. Here's a green player. Running out of green. Overpair and a nut flush draw and backdoor flush draw. I'm definitely c-betting this one. And if the shorty shoves, I probably get it in. And we pick up the cut shot. Probably going to check back. And 4 is good, and when he bets, I think I have to, because all the draws from the flop miss. And he had a set of 4s. Another quads. Let's make note. Bottom set 3-way OP. Well, at least we had some strong hands today. We have had quads, we had straight flushes, we had almost everything. Yeah. Oh, now the screen died. I kind of hate this. Jesus Christ. I have aces on one hand, but the freaking computer is tilting. Man, I hate my computer. Greystone has 11 cents behind. Just thought that he probably has the 4 in his hand. Would be a perfect ending. I'm really sorry for my cable problems. Well, actually, it's not a cable problem as I have a brand new cable. Yeah, we are pretty far from heads up zoom. So unless people buy shares for 800, we are not playing heads up zoom next week. Too bad we couldn't stack off this Brazilian whale. But I think we are continuing on PLO20 on Friday, and unless things change, we are playing PLO10 on next Wednesday too. Or PLO5 or PLO2. That would be fun. Yeah, Doctor is green. Yeah, I can show the EV line. I have always shown the EV line too. But yeah, I can show it in BBs. We are probably running pretty bad even in EV because we have run a couple of times against the quads and twice we have lost the stacked runners. The money goes in on the river. My estimation is that we are losing 10 buy-ins today, and in EV we are losing 8 buy-ins. On this board I'm just making a C bet and hope they fold. And they do. Woo! So I'm just going to sit out. Let's see if we can pick up something on table 4. And he raised. I'm going to call. I have position and because I raise 80 cents to pot of 87, so if he folds half of the time, it's good. And I mean, even if they call with wide range, they should fold half of their range. Even if they call with all the flushes, sets, 2 pairs and straight draws, still they are folding often enough. So what does the poker tracker say? Ho, 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 ho. Yeah. Oh dear. Well, we are actually going to play PLO2 on Friday, unless something happens. Or we are going to play free rolls, or I'm going to play video poker. Yeah. Let's play the last hand, so I'm going to show you the graph. It's now the graph on the forum thread is up until the start of the August, I think, when everything goes up. But after that, we have pretty much gone straight downwards for the same amount. Yeah, it's one of those sessions that it doesn't really go my way, but it's kind of depressing that we've had these same sessions for the whole September. We had one winning session, but other than that, it has been the same. And we have pretty much lost our whole bankroll for the shares. And it's kind of nothing you can do on every session. There's a lot of setup, a lot of hands that I think I can justify my line. It just didn't work out. And here is the graph. This is in dollars. 110 EV60. And in BB, it's just 3.5 buy-ins under EV. So 7 buy-ins lost, EV 3.5. So it was better than I expected, but yeah, this is where we changed to PLO10 in pretty much in here. And this is the first pot in PLO10, I think. Or was this in PLO5? I can't even remember. But yeah, wasn't the greatest Wednesday of history. But let's see, we had 149 in our bankroll and we lost 110 almost, a little over. So we have like $38 in our bankroll, which is, it's something that if you calculate how probable it was when we had 800, that after 4 weeks of playing we have $39. The odds are pretty slim, but it did happen. And of course it looks back as the EV line goes down pretty much. I think even as we have lost a shitload of money, we are running over EV. So it looks really bad, but that's PLO. If it happens to me, it definitely can happen to you. So if you think that you don't have to worry about swings or variance, I really advise you to think again, because no matter how good a player you are, the variance can really hit your face. Yeah, we might go to play money tables. Of course, if we don't have a bankroll, then we have to do something else, but maybe we play PLO5 or PLO2. At least that, I don't know how fun it is, but at least we should have an edge at PLO2, probably. Anyway, thank you for this Wednesday. At least it's a Wednesday to remember. It was the Wednesday that we busted our bankroll. And for the Finnish viewers, I see you on Friday. And for the English ones, I hope to see you on next Wednesday if we have something to do, something to play on. Other than that, have a good night, and if you are not going to sleep, have a good Wednesday. Thank you for joining. I'm Kyyberi. This was PokerIMania.com, the best poker community there is. Bye bye.